We saw the light and we heard the strong noise. And we saw something coming up from the west.
The whole world, I mean, the sky turned red. It was, I've described it before as if you were under an inverted fishbowl and somebody poured blood over it. It was just totally, everything was red.
My skin came off. My hair came off so easily. The doctors told me personally that I would not live long.
Even we talk among ourselves with the children, we say, maybe this is the last thing. Maybe this is the judgment day. And this is the end of the world.
Between 1946 and 1958, 67 nuclear weapons were detonated in the Marshall Islands by the United States as part of the U.S. nuclear testing program. The detonation of these nuclear weapons brought immense suffering to the Marshallese people, suffering that is still very real today. In order to make sure no other society experiences the same horror of nuclear weapons, the Marshall Islands brought lawsuits in April 2014 against the United States and other nuclear weapons-holding superpowers for their failure to comply with their obligations to pursue disarmament under the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty.
The Marshall Islands are bringing the case because they have the courage to bring the case.
The lawsuit is important because it is a matter of world survival. There's nuclear weapons out there, depends on who you talk to, up to 23,000 warheads.
My fear is that we're setting up the conditions today where we will see ourselves in another few years in another nuclear arms race.
People are being threatened, and not just us, but especially those after us. And it is for them that we must do this.
It's been a long time since the bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and there's an ignorance about the testing we did in the Marshall Islands. And life is busy, and it can be hard sometimes, and people have too much on their plate. And if they feel they can't contribute to the change, then they have to not spend a lot of time thinking about it, because it's depressing, right? If you're powerless and there's a big problem, that's not a problem you can spend a lot of time thinking about. So, not being experienced in that area, I would guess that the message needs to be to the young people, you are not powerless. You can contribute. You guys making this documentary, that's a contribution. The Marshall Islands bringing this suit, that's a contribution. Every lawyer working on it pro bono, that's a contribution. So I think the message just has to be that you can do something.